My name is Keith Radisik. I joined the United Way during the pandemic after retiring from a 30-plus year medical career of running medical practices, and have really enjoyed digging into the community aspects that we deal with. Running organizations historically and coming into the not-for-profit world, I think really gives a unique aspect of looking at programs that are out there today that are run by the United Way that we deal with daily, and how can we improve them? How can we have improved processes and help more people in the community? So what we're going to talk about today is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, Vita, which is run with the United Way. It is funded from donations internally with corporate support as well. And we get grants from the IRS directly for us to do these income tax returns for our community members. We do this in a situation where all of our people who do tax returns inside the Vita program are volunteerism. They are all IRS certified. So again, we feel confident that the work that's being done meets all the criteria, because we have to be tested on it for all of our volunteers to make sure they are skilled at doing tax returns for the community. We are certainly not the full tax array that a CPA firm will give you, but for majority of people who file simple returns and are still overwhelmed by the process, we are a great crutch for that, to assist them and to bring them forward so that they don't have those seasonal frets of, oh my God, how do I get my taxes done? So I'm going to switch off my camera. I'm going to go over and share my screen and take you through our process, what we do, some of our facts about how much money we've saved the community, how many things we've done here over the course of years. So let me go ahead and share that. And hopefully everyone can now see my screen. Again, we're talking about, we run this program through the United Way. It has been in existence. The mission and vision of Vita is to provide free, high quality, year-round tax preparation and related services for eligible families and individuals to secure a better financial future. And obviously our vision is, again, to take the burden away of preparing taxes for people. Now, we do not meet all the criteria, not everybody meets the criteria for using our services, but one of the things we value as individuals that work here, and we expect our volunteers, that we're going to value our volunteers. We are going to expect the results. We're going to trust in the work that's getting done. We're going to take ownership of the problems. And these values help bring us all the way through to make sure that our community is served effectively. Again, you come to our Vita screen. Basically, here's our splash page. It says we have 158 volunteers last year. We saved over 1.6, almost $1.7 million in tax prep fees, and that we performed over 6,170 tax returns in the 2020 year. So again, good information. We've helped some people, but we'll get into a little bit more of these numbers. When you say, okay, we want to file our taxes, we are sponsored as an organization by banks here in the area, as well as by general public contributions. Fulton Bank is our major supporter for our organization. Effort National, PNC, as well as others, come through and support our program in addition to the IRS grants and the public support. That is how we fund some of our locations, and where we have our current site out on Harrisburg Pike. That is supported directly through Fulton support. We are soon moving to a new King Street location in 2023 downtown. So again, we're going to look at continuing to expand our services throughout the county. and through additional support by our vendors and our advertisers, we want them to join us and obviously get our services out to more and more people. When you do, you have the ability to go online or to come into us to have your taxes prepared and get an appointment. And then you have to go through and see, do you qualify for our services? And it states right here on our website that we provide free tax prep services to anyone in Lancaster County who makes $62,000 or less. Now, there are some prerequisites that you have to meet. If for some reason you don't meet that, you can certainly try to use our links here on our website to go to myfreetaxes.com and go ahead and file your taxes directly yourself. We also have links to TurboTax, but our goal is to provide these services for free if you meet various specific requirements. And it's real simple. One, do you live in our county? If you don't live in our county, we can't do your taxes for you, because we are focused currently just on Lancaster County. Were you under $62,000? Did the money you make include Airbnb? If the answer is yes, we don't do rental properties inside the Vita program. Those are the types of things that then start to fall outside of what we can do. We don't do farm, we don't do clergy. So these are the types of things that we are here to do: standard returns, basics, things like that. Not if you have multiple self-employments and K-1 incomes and things like that. But again, for most people who make less than $62,000 that would qualify for this, they may not have all of those other alternative income sources. If for some reason you don't qualify, again, you can link over to myfreetaxes.com, try to file yourself, file with assistance. Or again, it can then link you out to TurboTax and other programs as well. Vita, we are throughout the county except for our southern tier. That is something that we have struggled with as a service, is to getting true coverage throughout the county. We've done well from basically Millersville north. But obviously, as we try to expand further, this past year we had 14 sites. Historically, pre-COVID, we were up to 19 sites. We do want to grow the number of sites. We want to go to Solanco. We want to do the things that, again, bring our services out to more people. If you look at that threshold of income that we talked about, $62,000, we could have up to 150,000 people that we could service in this community, in the county. And this is one of those things that we are not even close to that number, because again, this is volunteer based. We need to get more volunteerism, and then obviously find more locations so we can provide these services to the community. Now, we've done great impacts. If you've looked since 2007, when this was established inside the United Way, this thing has grown to where over the course of time, the program has done over 82,500 returns. We saw a good upswing, and in 2020, which would have been for the 2019 year returns, we were on pace here to be over 12,000 until the pandemic hit. Obviously, doing them last year for 2020 was in the heart of the pandemic. And we see we're coming out of that now, and our numbers are starting to increase. But we would like to see, if we have 150,000 annually we could hit, obviously doing less than 10% of that is not where we want to be. And that's a goal for us. How far can we grow these services annually? And in the results, we do good work for the people we service. Our average client age is a 59-year-old individual with their adjusted gross income of less than $26,100. So again, we can go up to 62,000, but our average is 26,000 for this community. Again, 2021, prepare the 2020 tax returns. We did 6,172 tax returns, and we brought in total refunds of $8.1 million back to the Lancaster community. The average refund was over $1,900. People qualifying for the EITC, we had 934 families that qualified for EITC, which brought in $1.6 million and averaging $1,700 per family. Those are significant dollars being pushed back into the Lancaster community from these free services. Again, saving over $1.4 million in fees, and again, averaging $227 in savings per client on tax prep fees. We're really excited about that, because those numbers mean that we are bringing that money back into this community to spend locally. Now, would the money have been here otherwise if people did this on their own? It's a great question. We know that based on ages, and we'll look at some of these other factors, but based on ages, a lot of elderly don't file tax returns. They don't know how. They get overwhelmed. So again, us doing this and finding that money for people who would normally not even file a tax return is obviously beneficial for them. If we look at our history, we've seen that over the past couple of years, the average income of our participant has grown. It's gone from 24,000 to 26,000. But again, over the last 3 years, we've seen those numbers, because of COVID, be reduced. And we're bouncing back this year. Over the past 3 years, we've seen our average age grow by about 4 to 5 years on our average participant. But we've seen our average refund oscillate, but is on the growth pattern. So again, as the government continues to fund everyone, and we are able to get those refunds for the community, we can pull in more of those money. Our clients by age, again, almost 44% of our clientele inside Vita is over 65 years old. So again, this is where we have a major impact of bringing revenue back in for people. We certainly know that we can do them for all ages. We do young individuals, again, 2% less than 19 years old. But we can certainly impact, I think, the college crowd. We can impact other people here in this community. And a lot of times people just don't know about our services. So again, we've got to do better advertising, but we impact a lot of people in a very good way. Once again, you look at our demographics, 50% of our clients had adjusted gross income of less than $20,000 annually. And when you're in that situation, this is where the rest of the panel today is going to be able to get on board to how do we help these people when there are situations that occur. We can help them at the end of the year to say, here's your tax prep. It's for free. We're going to do it for you. It's going to be done by an IRS licensed and certified individual. So we know it's going to be accurate and you can feel confident. But again, we see various income types come through us. And again, we're just excited that we can impact this many people. "65% of our people who come through the Vita file as single. We have almost no qualifying widow or widowers. We do have head of household, but again, the majority of these people are single tax filers. So again, these are not difficult returns. These are, this service is something that the United Way is very proud to have as an offering and a program inside its walls. We can impact, and we can then help assist people get to where they need to go for services through our other services inside the United Way, such as 211 and other programs. But at least we can then focus them based on the knowledge that we have, or get them over to our partners outside of us to assist them. Of all of our locations, believe it or not, our busiest location has been in Ephrata. That's been there at the library for years. It's been a mainstay, and a lot of people use that location. Our Vita Central office, again, over on Harrisburg Pike, our third busiest, and then at Hempfield United Methodist is our second busiest. So this list right here makes up 91% of where our tax returns are done. But we need to grow these sites. We need to grow the number of sites and the number of volunteers, because that's how we get to serve more people in this community. That's how we go back and say, we can make a bigger impact if we can find the volunteers and get the sites open so that we can reach out to more and more people. With that, I'll open it up for any questions that you have for me on the Vita location. One last thing before I give it back to Kevin. Again, I was a step in today because our long-term Vita director, Michelle Ingham, is retiring, and this was her last tax season, which ended this past Monday. So we gave her the break this week, which is why I'm presenting today. But also on the call, unfortunately, not on the panel, but on the call today is Lauren Slesher, who is going to be our brand new Vita director. She joined us coming after 15 years at Fulton Bank, and just wanted to welcome her on board. She started in the past week, and next time you'll be seeing her on these presentations instead of me.